This is exactly how I figured out how to be consistent. And I promise you, it has absolutely nothing to do with willpower or discipline. I am making this video because I'm completely exhausted from watching modern self-help gurus tell you to just hustle harder when your biological engine is completely empty. We've been conditioned to believe that lazy people lack discipline, while high achievers possess an infinite reservoir of self-control. But cognitive science proves that it is a lie. If I told you that the people who seem the most consistent aren't fighting temptations at all, they've completely engineered them out of the equation. Today, you are going to learn how to transform your daily output from an exhausted psychological battle to a completely automated background process. I am not reading you generic motivational quotes. During my time managing hypergrowth operations at work, I had to build operational consistency across hundreds of moving parts under extreme stress. I had to learn how system works when human willpower inevitably fails. Now let's look at the actual science behind this. If you're sitting on a couch right now feeling guilty because you didn't execute on your goals today, stop beating yourself. Your brain is not broken. It is working exactly how it is evolutionarily designed to work. In cognitive psychology, human behavior is dictated by a principle known as ego depletion. And this theory was pioneered by Dr. Roy Baumeister. His research proved a fundamental biological truth. Willpower is not a moral character trait. Willpower is a finite, depletable biological fuel tank. Every single time you force yourself to make a decision, whether that's trying to resist a piece of chocolate or opening a spreadsheet or waking up early, you drain a specific amount of glucose from your prefrontal cortex. By the time you reach 6 p.m. after a grueling day of corporate decisions, your willpower tank isn't low. It is completely empty. If your strategy for consistency relies on an empty tank, for instance, maybe study for an exam, you are mathematically guaranteed to fail. You will default directly to what your brain perceives as low energy option, doom scrolling, laziness, and cheap dopamine. This is exactly what Jim Collins was pointing in his book Good to Great when analyzing how massive entities achieve compounding momentum. He writes, good to great transformations never happened in one fell swoop. There was no one defining action. There was no grand program. No one killer innovation. No solitary lucky break. No miracle moment. Nothing. Rather, the process resembled relentlessly pushing a giant flywheel. Now let me explain the concept of this cognitive flywheel. Think about the sheer physics of a flywheel. To get a 20-ton iron disc to rotate even 1 inch, it takes an agonizing amount of physical effort. You push with all your might and it barely moves. You keep pushing and after hours of work, it completes one rotation. But then something beautiful happens after that. The weight of the iron begins to accumulate kinetic energy, due to which the third turn happens faster, the 10th turn requires less effort, and by the 100th turn, the heavy flywheel builds its own self-sustaining momentum. It is spinning at terrifying speeds and you don't even have to push it anymore. The system is driving itself. Most people treat consistency as if they're carrying this heavy flywheel on their backs using pure discipline and sheer willpower. Whereas high-performance operators do the exact opposite. They don't try to be stronger than the system. They design a track where the flywheel has zero option but to roll forward. In neurobiology, this track is called the neurological loop. When a behavior becomes automatic, it completely bypasses the prefrontal cortex, which is the area responsible for decision making and ego depletion. And it entirely shifts to the basal ganglia, which is the primitive energy-saving core of your brain. The people you think are highly disciplined are actually just structurally predictable. They haven't spent more time grinding. They have spent more time automating. Laziness isn't a personality flaw. It is simply a natural symptom of a broken operational structure. So how do you practically apply this data to your life? How do you stop relying on discipline and build your own cognitive flywheel? We implement a 3-part structural engineering protocol. Step number 1, the implementation intention trigger. The single biggest reason why millennials remain inconsistent is because they write their goals as vague, emotional desires. They tell themselves that I need to start studying this week or I need to be more consistent with my fitness. Vague intentions forces your prefrontal cortex to make dozen micro decisions in a moment. Where should I sit? What notebook do I need? When should I start? Every decision drains your fuel tank even before you begin. To fix this, we use a psychological framework which was developed by Dr. Peter Gollwitzer known as implementation intentions. You completely eliminate choice by using a strict mathematical formula. If X happens, I will execute Y. Instead of saying I will work on my application tomorrow, you state when the morning coffee machine clicks off exactly at 7:30 a.m., I will sit at my designated black desk with my laptop already open to the firm's application page and I will type for 45 minutes. You have completely removed the need for discipline. You don't have to think, debate, or negotiate with your laziness. The environmental cue, which is the coffee machine clicking off, acts as an automated command line that forces your brain to execute this loop. Step number 2, radical friction reduction. If you have to use willpower to resist temptation, you already lost the war. Every second your phone sits next to your notebook while you're trying to work, your brain is actively expending energy not to pick it up. You are draining your battery just by looking at it. You must design an environment where doing the hard thing requires less physical effort than doing the lazy thing. In my case, I try to record videos consistently. So I do not pack my setup into a bag every night because the physical friction of unpacking, setting up, plugging in will kill my consistency on low energy days. So what do? I leave the tripod standing. I do not even fold and close it. I just leave it open and ready as it is in a corner in my room. Make the activation energy of starting anything to less than 10 seconds. In the same way, maximize the friction of your bad habits. If you struggle with late night scrolling, don't promise yourself that you'll be disciplined next time. Physically take the charger, walk into your living room and plug it on the wall at 9 p.m. sharp. Make the physical cost of being lazy so high that your brain naturally defaults back to its intended baseline behavior. Step number 3, the minimal viable execution rule. The final structural flaw is the all or nothing fallacy. You tell yourself that if you cannot go to the gym for the perfect 60-minute workout, or if you can't edit your video for 4 uninterrupted hours, your day is a total waste. This perfectionism kills the fly cycle. Remember the physics? The most important part of the fly cycle is to make sure you keep the rotation alive, no matter how slow. The moment the wheel comes to an absolute dead stop, resetting the inertia takes a devastating amount of energy. To automate consistency, you must establish a minimal viable execution standard. This is supposed to be a tiny, non-negotiable floor which you can maintain even on the most absolute worst days and the most exhausting days. If your goal is to run, your minimal viable execution is to step out. If your goal is to write a script, your minimal viable execution is one sentence. On the day when you're overwhelmed or deeply unmotivated, you do not skip your habit. You just do your minimal viable execution. Why? Because you are protecting the identity loop. You are proving to your basal ganglia that the rotation never stops. You are keeping your tracks clean so that when your energy naturally returns the next day, your flywheel is already moving. So stop waiting for a magical wave of discipline to hit your life. Stop waiting until you feel like doing the hard things. Discipline is an unstable, erratic emotion, whereas systems are permanent. If you want to become a high-performance operator who builds actual digital or physical leverage, you have to build systems that are smarter than your laziness. Define your triggers. Aggressively engineer friction out of your environment and protect the rotation of your flywheel with minimal viable execution floor. Once you automate this baseline machine of showing up every single day, your next massive bottleneck isn't going to be about staying consistent. It is going to be learning how to handle psychological resistance of pushing into deeper, more intensive focus blocks. If you want to learn the exact neurobiological protocols to engineer your mind to love the friction of high-stake execution, click on this video where I break down 18 psychological signs you need to master to completely rewire your brain. Stay volatile, stay dangerous, and go automate your flywheel. And I will see you in my next video. Until then, bye-bye.